All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave back again, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. All right, so Bon Jovi, the band, is out on tour, and a new patron who is busy on the channel sending me links. And in this case, they sent me a link of a concert of Bon Jovi in Omaha, Nebraska. And I will try to remember to put this link in the description of this particular video. And the video is the song It's My Life, and it's Jon Bon Jovi singing. And the contention here and the comments, the contention is that Jon Bon Jovi has completely lost his voice. And I was saying 3 years ago, he did not sound well at all. And now I think things have gotten a little bit worse for Jon Bon Jovi. My friend here says, or my new patron, it's a total disgrace and embarrassment. Why is he doing this to himself and his fans? Good question. I don't know. So I listened to 18 seconds of it, and then I stopped. Because it's just sad. I met Jon Bon Jovi. I always talk about this back in 1990. My going away present, I was leaving one radio station and joining a different radio station. And I was the music director at the station. So the record label says, hey, as a going away present for all you've done for Polygram Records, right? For adding all of their music over the time I worked there. They're like, hey, you can meet and greet with Jon Bon Jovi and the rest of the band. I'm like, cool. Yeah, sign me up for that. So I went to Great Woods, which is now called like Xfinity Center or Comcast or some stupid corporate name that they stuck on it. Just Great Woods is fine, by the way. And we hung out and we talked for a long time, me and John, and then also Richie Sambora eventually joined in to the conversation. And the funniest part of this, and I've told this story a number of times, is legendary quarterback Doug Flutie was in the house. I think he was born in Framingham, so it was like right down the road from his house. And he was obviously back there with us hanging out, but he wasn't paying much attention to John. He was over at the barbecue, over at the buffet, where they had ribs and chicken wings and all this. I mean, if you get to go to one of these things, especially in the old days, it was pretty cool. I mean, you were fed and you could hang out there, and these guys would actually talk to you for a while. And Jon Bon Jovi actually says to me, is that Doug Flutie over there? And I said, yup, it is. And he goes, is he going to come over and talk to us? And I go, like, I had this relationship with Doug because I lived in the area and I followed, obviously he was the quarterback for the Patriots at that time. And he was this legend for Boston College with the Hail Mary pass, and everybody knew him. Plus he was a musician. I think he plays drums, right? So everybody's like, so is he coming over to, I go, I don't know. And I remember Cinderella started their set, and I'm still backstage, and this was an outdoor pavilion, so it wasn't behind the stage, it was just off to the side, and they had special security. There was a wall, and every so often a woman would get to the top of the wall and she'd get a quick peek over, and you'd hear a thump because she would fall back down to the cement. And that was the actual scene at Great Woods, and it was hysterical. And every time it would happen, I think John and Richie would start cracking up because they knew that the girls were just trying to get over the fence, and there was no way they were going to get over the fence. But in any event, I hear Cinderella, and I'm torn. Do I stay and continue to talk to Jon Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora, or do I go listen to Cinderella? And after a while, other people were wanting to talk to the guys, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm going to leave. And on my way out, I noticed that Doug Flutie was still at the buffet. So it's a good story. And those are the kind of memories I think people need to kind of hold on to. when it comes to Jon Bon Jovi at this point. Fast forward, how many years later, 30 plus years, and then he's got all of these politics that are kind of woke and all for the corporations and all for the big businesses, and he supports candidates for president who don't have anything to do with working class people. And I can forgive him for some of that stuff, because I don't know if these people know better. I think they just get into a rut and they don't examine what they're doing, and they don't take any criticism or any alternative viewpoints into their way of thinking. They don't ever re-examine what they believe and who it helps and who it hurts. He got my little Ukrainian flag, he and Bruce Springsteen going around telling everybody, you got to send your money to Ukraine. Meanwhile, people are starving and there's no food in some of these supermarkets. Whole shelves are empty, right? But we're going to go and worry about another country in a place that most people can't even find on a map. But getting back to this performance, this was a holy crap Batman bad. Okay, this was the opposite of the good holy crap Batman. This was, I don't think I've heard anyone attempt anything like this and do so poorly. I mean, you could get somebody off the street who can sing at full strength, and maybe their voice doesn't sound like John's, but maybe they can at least kind of sing the song. Bring someone in who can do it. And you know what? That's not, Jon Bon Jovi is the singer, right? Hear me out. And this is for John too. Okay. But you don't have to be the singer. You don't have to be the singer in this band if you don't want to be. You could bring someone in, because the band is called Bon Jovi. It's not called Jon Bon Jovi. It's just it, and this is a distinction that of course gets lost because people just say Bon Jovi and they refer to John, right? But that's the name of the band. Okay. So at this stage, if you can't do this, you need to find somebody who can do it. And maybe you can do a supporting role. Maybe you can sing backup vocals. Maybe you can play an instrument up there. I don't know, but this isn't going to work. Some of the comments on the video itself, this is painful. He's talking the songs instead of singing them. No matter, people are like, no matter what your voice sounds like today, I always look back to the years you would sing this song, and that's the memory I have. And then another comment is like, poor John, he needs to sing to backing tracks now and just do his best to sing over it. Yeah, I mean, everybody else is doing that, right? So that would be the solution to the problem. But people would notice now that he's gone out there and sung it this way, they would immediately know, oh, he's obviously just got backing tracks. Oh, John, it's good that you still have your good looks, but man, this is awful to listen to. And by the way, these aren't people who are just doing the internet thing where they just throw shade and they're just mean. These are people that really, love this music, grew up listening to it. It's My Life is a great song. Apparently that's the Zelensky theme song in Ukraine now, which again, don't take a song and ruin it and dedicate it to something that it wasn't intended for. But this is the new world we live in, where everything's a cause. So you've got the weird politics, you've got the voice that's in rough shape. And let me say this, you've got people paying lots of money to go see these shows, way more money than it was back in 1990 when I got to see. I was free of charge because the record label got me into that. But I'd say what, $20, $25, you were in, and that was proportional to what the concert was worth. And then I think everybody was able to make a profit. I mean, obviously you sell it out and you sell a bunch of merchandise and you're doing well. That's what I'm thinking. But today, how much are tickets? I don't know. I can get a nosebleed seat for like $110. If I want to be on the floor, you're looking at like $230, $240. If you want to be in a good seat on the floor, it's probably even more than that. This would be not worth going to unless you just are in it to see these people, to visually make eye contact with them. And some people at this point just want to see the people they grew up listening to as like comfort food. Like, okay, there they are. They don't sound anything like they used to. You know, for all the trouble that I give certain bands for, you know, this member leaves and this other member leaves, I'm starting to think that the model of replacement is a better model than trying to persevere and sound like crap. All right. And no, you people will just say, well, none of the original members are in it. And why is that a bad thing based on what I'm hearing? So long as they find replacements who represent what the band was doing prior, and you could call it a tribute band, you can call it whatever you want to call it. Just keep the name and just say, look, people come and people go, right? And it's just, this is a franchise. We built the franchise and all of this great music. We want to continue the franchise, but we don't want to embarrass ourselves. So we're hiring a singer, and that would be devastating probably to a lot of fans. Jon Bon Jovi replaces himself, steps aside, plays acoustic guitar, and then this other guy takes over and he can sing. And that would be better. And people might actually go out and see it. And Jon can be humble and cheerlead for the new guy. And I think it would be revitalized so long as the new guy kind of sounds like Jon Bon Jovi did back in 1990. I mean, aging sucks. In this case, I think it's more than just aging, though. I think it's a worn out voice, and whether it's a medical issue, whether it is just all of the strain that happened during the glory years, you can't just paper over this and say, oh, it's not happening, and then try to convince fans to spend all of this money. Once they hear this, they're going to be like, holy crap, Batman, this is not good. So, and look, I wish the best for Jon Bon Jovi. First thing I would tell him is stop with the, you know, neoliberal political views on everything, and think for once about the working class people of this country who you used to sing for and used to sing about and used to represent, because this to me sounds like you're just an elitist now, and you're going along with all of these elite woke type people who are for every cause and don't really know why they're for that cause. This is one of those moments where it's a lot of self-examination, both musically, politically, and possibly even spiritually. I don't know. You know, even though I met this guy, I don't know that much about him as a person. So anyway, that's my take on Bon Jovi Live in Omaha, Nebraska. I will put the link to this in the description of the video, and you can make, you know, your own assessments of it. I think I was very diplomatic. Some people are far more over the top here with their commentary on this. And again, you just have to admit, I can't do this anymore. Yeah, I can't do it. And, you know, people would say, well, you can't sing, Dave, so why are you critiquing this? Well, there are a lot of people that can't sing or write, by the way, who critique things, and they use words people can't understand to sound like they know better than you do, or they're smarter than you. But those people, they still write and critique and do all those things. And this is part of what I do. And again, I'm saying revamp it. Bring someone in who can do it and continue on and keep the legacy alive and keep those memories intact of the good old days. Because the more you do this, the more you're going to obscure and erase years like 1990, where, again, I'm hanging out with John and Richie, and Doug Flutie is pigging out at the buffet. So anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, Patreon for $1 a month. And of course, I will see you soon.